Hello, and welcome to another episode of Aaron Plays Tekkit in this case. You know, I like to give the disclaimer since a lot of stuff is missing. Our pet cow is still caught in the trap. He's been there for probably 4 or 5 days in real life. And what I want to do today is rob one of these arrays. And I've got something in my inventory, a terraformer blueprint, and I have a terraformer in the bag. And I don't really know a lot about this, but I know that I think it changes, like, I don't remember if it's 8 by 8 chunk area or 4 by 4, but you can do cultivation, irrigation, chilling, like the winterland, the desert, the flat one, or the mushroom. And since I don't have any mycelium, I can't do that one, but I got some other stuff here. I can do the cultivation and the irrigation and stuff like that. So I figured I'd do irrigation first just to see what that was, and then just try them all out. So let me get my wrench, and then we'll get busy. And I'm going to hope an MV array is enough. I really don't know how much power this thing needs. From what little I've read about this, the flatification one, it'll actually fill in from surface to bedrock with dirt. So if you ever do a quarry and you want to fill it in, rather than using a filler, if you have one of these, you can set it up. So I'm going to go over here to the border of the desert and the snow and this other thing. And then we'll do it over here and see what it does. And I don't know if the vertical height of the thing matters, so I'm just gonna set it up. And I'll probably put one of those on it just because. So let's throw this down. And then we'll throw that down. And then we'll throw these down. And which one did I want to do first? I think I wanted to do irrigation first. So I get to keep the buckets. I'm not sure what happens to the blueprint after I click on the thing. I don't know if it keeps it or if it pops back out when it's finished or what. And hopefully I am far enough away from my house that it doesn't affect anything over there. It looks like I'm at least 4 chunks away, so that's good. And I also don't know how long this takes, but since it's blinking, I'm going to assume that it's doing what it's supposed to do. I wonder if that ring will work on red matter. I accidentally put the gem of eternal density in here, and it basically converted everything to red matter. And I didn't want it to, but it just did it before I realized what happened. So I didn't really have a choice. So it doesn't really look like anything is happening yet. And I can't just hover up there, because apparently red matter does not work to power a ring. I want to make a Klein star, but I haven't gotten around to it. I've been playing on the other server for the last day or so, just kind of messing around with some red power transport stuff and a couple of other things. So I'm not going to sit here while this does whatever it's supposed to do. I'll go ahead and cut the video, and then I'll come back when it has made a noticeable change. So I will see you in just a minute. Welcome back, everybody. As you can see, a lot of the desert has been turned into. I think I used the irrigation blueprint And I think the difference between the irrigation and cultivation is the irrigation just turns it into like grassland and makes it more likely to rain. Not so much on servers as much as single player. And the cultivation is the one that like puts crops and flowers and pumpkins and all that pretty stuff everywhere. This has been going for a few days in real life. I put a world anchor down, but those things they're kind of buggy for me. Sometimes they keep my chunks loaded and sometimes they don't. But I want to show you the difference. This is 2 MV solar arrays on the terraformer thing, and I don't think it's really doing anything right now, but just to show you the difference, I set something up in a single player world. So let's look at that. And actually, it was grass, and it was desert, and I turned it to something, and now I'm turning it back. But this is 24 high voltage solar arrays are running the thing, and you see it works much more quickly than 2 MV arrays, obviously because it's more power. But these are hooked up with no transformer or anything. They're just going straight into it. And I'm not sure I'm not sure how much energy it'll actually use. Like, you know how you can pump in 512 to something, or HV if you will, but it'll only use a certain amount, or it'll only go so quickly. I don't really know what the cap is. So I mean, this is obviously overkill. It's just one of those things that's going to take a while. Maybe you could hook it up to a nuclear reactor if you have one of those. I don't, so that's not really an option for me. And most of the safe generator or nuclear power plants that I've seen, the designs, they don't really generate a lot more than a high voltage array anyway. So you can see how much more quickly this is working. So you need a ton of power for this period. That's the bottom line. If you want it to happen in a reasonable amount of time, then that's the breaks. While I'm here, I was thinking about something. I've been playing on the Tekkit 1 server a little bit, and my base is hidden. Nobody knows where it is, kind of like Grumpy's man cave. So I got the idea. Right now I'm using one of those hydro flowers for power, and you know, it's 32 a year per tick. It's not enough to run a quarry and all the machines at once. So what I did was I set up, I think these are HVs, yeah, 3 HV arrays, and I had actually put an energy link right here. Whoops. I don't think I have one in my inventory. But basically what I did was I energy linked, and then I put a wireless teleport pipe and another wireless teleport pipe into an engine generator and then into an MFSU just to draw the power. Well, if you look at this, $1,500 EU per tick. Let's put an energy link there. See, I can get rid of that for now. Put an energy link here. The energy shoots across. This is an HV engine generator. Less than 100. So I was trying to see, you know, what the power was like for this, just because I wanted to, you know, I wanted to stay hidden. But obviously this is not. Well, now this is 72, I guess, because that's all the maybe that's all the energy link will pass over. I don't know. An alternative would be to knock out all but one, and it's still 72. So I don't know. And of course now it starts raining. But anyway, I figured I'd go ahead and I go ahead and show this too because, you know, maybe you had a similar idea or you were curious and you wanted to know. So, this is going to the MFSU and to that. So, it's pretty steady. But on this side, it's like a third or a quarter even. So maybe you hook it up to more than one energy link, but I mean, really, that's a pain. So I don't really think that's a viable option for remote power. But I had to try just to see because, you never know. And we turn around, and this is more desert than it was a minute ago. It's still filling in. Looks like the trees are dying. But, yeah, there's my terraformer experiment. I'm going to let the thing run on the server just because I don't really like all that desert. But it's going to take a really long time. And like I said, my world anchor, maybe it's working, maybe it's not. But I set the thing up like 3 days ago, and I figure it would be done by now if that chunk was loaded all the time. So anyway, there's a look at the terraformer. It can be useful, but it's going to take a while. And that wireless power, not really an acceptable power loss for something like that. So anyway, that is going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.